I'm Marinicia Hogans, and this is Introduction to Literature, English 201 GL2 by Professor Johnson. And today I have a song, and it's called No More Monsters, How to Be Me, where you will hear all about who you are.
This is Intro to Literature. My heart was turned into a music box when I heard Johnson talk. See, my first class was his. He would welcome us in, and with his new assignment, he would turn the key. Rebecca thought her fears of monsters were rational, and then she learned that stereotypes of black people are monsters that are made up to protect herself. And now I know that I can never see them the same again. How could you see them as a monster? I know there's no monsters 'cause of you. Mackenzie used to pray to be a blonde girl, and now she's seeing beauty in her black hair. And now she thinks of things in a new language, and now I know she's only better off with time. There is beauty in her features, weaving all the cultural threads into a world where every part of her can belong. No more monsters, how to be Chinese. There was no other person who was quite like me, and all my difference turned out to be the part I always needed just to be enough. I was born unique, and that must mean I am worthy of love.
So, as you can see, the two stories that I decided to pick was No More Monsters and How to Be Chinese. The first story is about a woman named Rebecca who was afraid of black people. She went to the doctor, and of course, the doctor diagnosed her with negrophobia. The doctor helped her face the truth because everything that she thought was irrational, everybody saw how black people were unharmful except her. This story means a lot to me because I think of my brothers. I think about how they could have been having a normal day and someone disrupts them, such as we call them Karens, and we just put them in danger because of the color of their skin. I don't want my brothers to be seen as monsters. Racism is taught. You are not born with it. I learned how the theme and the tone can change throughout the story as well. And as you can see, the theme of this story is stereotypes. The next story that impacted me was How to Be Chinese by Celeste. This story talks about how the character Mackenzie Altman tries to fit in. She's a white and Chinese person, meaning that she is mixed. She battles with where she belongs and who she truly is. She always felt as if she was being pressed to fit in with this culture or that culture, such as the Chinese and the American side. This is as if she wanted to be both of them. Identity, once again, identity is not who you are. You should not prove to anyone to who you are as a person. Her tone in the story was always confused and frustrated because of this reason, due to what we learned in our class. Eventually, she understood who she was and accepted it very well. So whenever I was in high school, I had this area where I didn't know how to fit in. I'm so serious. People would tell me, hey, you're eating proper. Girl, why is your hair so puffy? This song means a lot to me because once again, I was once that girl who didn't know if I should be this or that. But now I know who I am. In many ways, I used to be the girl that it described. For a long time, I didn't really know who I was supposed to have been. I felt like I was getting pulled in different directions. Like I needed to fit into a box. But as I got older, I started learning more about myself, my identity, and where I came from. I started realizing that I didn't have to be this or that. And I don't have to shrink to myself or pretend. I define myself who I am. Another reason why this song matters to me is because it sends a message out to the world about fear and judgment. We live in a place where people can be scared of each other just because of the color of their skin. And that type of fear that society teaches does not come naturally. People teach that to their little kids. And then you see it in elementary schools, and you're having kids calling them words that they shouldn't even be called. That's a problem, and we should stop that. It starts with one person, and that's us. It stops from seeing a person behind their skin. It stops us seeing them behind their skin. When I hear the song, I think of my brothers once again. I don't want to see them as monsters. I think everybody needs to hear this message. You should not be afraid of how somebody look just because of their skin color. And another message, you should not have people tell you what you are. You need to figure that out by having the confidence that you are. So for me, the song isn't just something to listen to. It's a reminder of where my journey was at and how I am to this day. I am still figuring out who I am, starting in college, and I am learning to see how people open their eyes instead of inherited with fear. It's a call for us to do better, to understand more, and to treat us with others how we all deserve. And that's why I believe the song is not just important, it's actually necessary. Once again, I reflect on this story because I used to be a dot. Whenever I was younger, I wasn't sure if I should hang out with black people or my white friends. I was the only black girl on the team, and I was the only one at the table who was called proper. I was the only one who had a hair and an afro where everybody else had their hair that was straight. I was the only one who talked white and country while everybody else talked how they talked. I didn't know where to fit in sometimes, but now to this day, I love myself. Like I said, I love myself because of the color of my skin. I don't want to fit in anymore. In conclusion, this project actually was very heart-filling. It gives you the mind to think, the critical skills all together. Literature has changed me from the beginning of this course because I really thought it was just regular essays, but no, these essays and the poems, you have to put your mind together and actually see what it actually relate to in the real world. This assignment, once again, was very fun, and I wouldn't mind doing another one. Thank you for listening. I am Renuncia Hogans, and everyone have a blessed day. Bye.
I was born